Well, Psalms 83 is another psalm of Asaph, but this is a bit of a prayer that he is writing down to give to God. So this is probably something you might agree with Asaph in his prayer and understanding, God, I need you to build me up and reward me and tear down my enemies, basically. So I'm sure most of us at some point have had some kind of a prayer like that, or a thought of having that kind of a prayer with God as well. So let's jump in here. Verse 1. Keep not thou silence, O God, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, Come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. So this is just pause for a second here. So, excuse me, Asaph is talking about how sometimes the surrounding countries around Israel would band together to say, you know what, we're sick of this weird religion, this weird family. Let's just get rid of them. Let's band together and destroy them and just wipe them out so they don't exist anymore. In fact, going on, he says here in verse 6, the tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites, of Moab and the Hagarenes, Gebal and Ammon and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre, Ashur is also joined with them. They have holpen the children of Lot, Selah. So he's naming these groups, which is interesting because a lot of these groups are actually distant cousins of Israel. The Ishmaelites, Ammon and Amalek, these people, they are, Edom and Moab. These are the other children of Abraham and Isaac and Jacob and things. And so not so much Jacob, Abraham and Isaac mainly, but so they're the distant relatives of Israel. And they're like, but we're just gonna wipe them out. They have destroyed our area. They've wiped out whole groups. We need to just wipe these people out too. Now, verse 9, so this is him saying, what I want you to do, God, to our enemies. He says, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, as to at the brook of Kison, which is perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb and like Zeb, yea, all their princes like Zeba and Zalmunna. Now, some of these people are actually in the Old Testament. You can go back and look them up, as these are groups that fought against Israel and then were destroyed. Verse 12, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of God in possession. O my God, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth a wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name, O Lord. So just destroy these people, burn them out, obliterate them, fight our battles. Verse 17, let them be confounded and troubled forever, yea, let them be put to shame and perish. That men may know that thou, whose name alone is Jehovah, art the most high over all the earth. So he's saying, get rid of them so that they will unequivocally know you are God, basically. And that's not necessarily how God works. He doesn't destroy people just to prove who he is. He helps Israel out. As long as Israel is obedient, he helps Israel out. Basically, if they're not obedient, he's not really going to help them much, which is why they sometimes win and sometimes lose. And a good lesson for us, God helps us as we ask for his help in our life. He has miracles waiting for us to help us, but we need to be the one asking for them. So don't worry so much about God destroy my enemies as focus on God help me in my life. Help me be better at following you. So let's jump over to the next psalm as we're continuing on.